Happy belated Valentine's Day. I hope that you all had a great time, but now we're going to get straight into the movie news of February 18th. The rights to David Cronenberg's first film, Rabid, have been acquired by Shout Studios. This is Shout Factory's new studio where they're going to be remaking or making films, also distributing films. Rabid is going to be directed by the Soska Sisters, which is an interesting choice. They did a great film a couple years back called American Mary. I know they've had a show on the game show network, Elevator, which was kind of an interesting take. It's available on Netflix. Definitely go check it out if you like spooky things. I think this is an interesting choice for them to direct, a more... I don't know if Rabid's necessarily like a household name. It's kind of an older film. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Night of the Living Dead. It's definitely done on the cheap. It's David Cronenberg's first movie. I don't think it has that like brilliance that a lot of his films in the climax of his career had. So it'll be interesting to see a different take on this. I think that the Soska Sisters are more than capable to bring us something different to the screen. And it's cool to see Shout Factory, Shout Studios launching strong with this one. The Global Anaphylaxis Awareness and Inclusivity Organization have put together a petition declaring that Sony apologize for the use of, I guess in the Peter Rabbit movie, I haven't watched it, but the Peter Rabbit movie, Peter Rabbit poisons Domhnall Gleeson's character with blackberries, which he's actually allergic to in the film. I guess the Global Eye, that's what they're also known as, are upset with the portrayal and not serious note taken for people that have allergies. They really want an apology. I don't necessarily know what that's going to do. It's not going to cut that scene out of the film if that scene is so hurtful. I know that in the future, they should be worried because in the future, probably 20 years when the kids that went to see Peter Rabbit grow up, they're going to be poisoning everyone that has allergies with whatever specific thing they're allergic to. So this is kind of a dark future we're looking at here. No, I'm joking. I don't understand necessarily what a apology is going to do here. I don't, and also, this just confuses me with the whole, everyone needs an apology for this, you didn't portray that. Like, it's a movie. You can't literally make a movie without stepping on a couple of people's toes. And this one just seems ridiculous. I'm not saying that having an allergy is ridiculous or anything like that. I'm not saying like, oh, everyone shouldn't have allergies. That's kind of understandable. I myself am lactose intolerant and today suffered from lactose intolerance, but I wasn't asking for milk to apologize to me. That'll be a story for another week. The North American rights to Paul Dano's first film, his directorial debut, Wildlife, have been acquired by IFC Films. This is a film that takes the story of a young boy. It's a very family-oriented movie about this young boy who takes the patriarchal role in his family when his unemployed father leaves to fight a forest fire. I really respect Paul Dano as an actor, and I'm excited to see his directorial debut. I think this is an interesting little story, and it seems very small, and it seems perfect for IFC to pick something like this up. I usually really enjoy IFC's releases, and I'm excited that Paul Dano has secured a release with IFC Films. Drop everything right now. Go check out, if you haven't seen it, it was a little bit of a cult classic, and I would say a recent cult classic. But go check it out. It's available here on YouTube. I'll put the card in. It's called Kung Fury. If you haven't seen it, it's an awesome short 30-minute film. It's also available on Netflix. It's just an incredible, fun thrill ride of 80s nostalgia and action movies and just everything that makes those movies fun. It's called Kung Fury. But anyways, getting into what the latest news on Kung Fury is it's being adapted for a feature-length film. The original short film kind of ends with a cliffhanger and possible ideas for a sequel. So that's actually going to come to fruition now. The director, David Sandberg, has been working on this for a while, but he's finally in talks to cast what could possibly be his lead role. In the original film, he starred as the titular character Kung Fury, and now casted in it is Academy Award nominated actor Michael Fassbender. I don't know if he's going to be playing Kung Fury or if David Sandberg's going to be reprising the role, but I find it very funny that Michael Fassbender is going to be in something so crazy as this. I think that David Sandberg is an excellent director and someone to keep an eye on, and I think it's awesome that he's going to be continuing this Kung Fury story. But Michael Fassbender just comes from this pedigree of like great actors, Academy Award nominated actors, so it's going to be really fun to see him trying to use his comedic chops. I think that this is a great choice for him to kind of step out of his more serious movies and kind of do something a little bit different, and it could really work out for both of them. And here is the latest and greatest news for Avengers Infinity War. No, I'm kidding. This is even better than Avengers Infinity War. This is the news to end all news. We're just going to finish this show right here on this episode. This is the last episode because this news will end it all. Paul King, the director of Paddington and Paddington 2, is set to helm a Charlie and the Chocolate Factory remake. I find this to be honestly I'm like, okay, this is what I needed. I love Paddington, I love Paddington 2, but I think that Paul King is really going to shine in a remake of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. This isn't based on the 1971 classic Gene Wilder movie, which is one of my favorite movies, but it's going to be kind of its own take on it. David Heyman, the producer of the Paddington movies, is set to produce, as well as Simon Rich has written the script for this iteration. News just in is that it's looking like Ryan Gosling is in talks to possibly play Willy Wonka. I find that to be an interesting choice, but nonetheless, I have total faith and trust in Paul King adapting this classic. His directing worked really well with the Paddington movies, but I find that if you're gonna go for another classic English thing, Roald Dahl's work will look great on the big screen. Anyways, guys, that's all the entertainment news for this past week. I'll see you guys next week on February 25th. Have a good week.